actually worked now. If you would have been here last season, you could have played with no noise at all.
This is the men's game.
Huh?
This is the men's games. Anyone?
So normally coach has somebody.
Welcome into Cochrane Stadium for the second time this season. The Bowling Green women's soccer team looks to defend the home pitch today. The Cincinnati Bearcats into town. It's a homecoming for two-time American Athletic Conference Defensive Player of the Year, Ashley Barron, from just north of here out of Toledo, Ohio. And it's going to be a battle today. Brandon Lowe welcoming you in. And alongside me, Lucas Kleinmeyer for the first time.
Well, Brandon, it's great to be beside you for my first time tonight. I'm looking forward to this one. It should be an excellent game between these two teams.
Potentially a very physical contest coming up here. That was one of the things we were told to look for coming into tonight. The Bearcats a very physical team, and the Falcons can be at times as well. So we'll see what develops as we get ready to go here. The starting keepers for tonight for Cincinnati, it'll be Anna Rexford, the junior out of Wilmore, Kentucky. And for Bowling Green, Lily Berg, she's found herself home between the pipes for the last 2 years, this the third. So, Lucas, what's one of the things that you're looking forward to see this Bowling Green team at home? Second home game, still very young in the season. What are you looking for today?
Yeah, just like you just said, it's very young in the season. I'm looking forward to get that first goal tonight, and hopefully it does come tonight, because once you get that first goal going into the season, you know, a lot of things can come to fruition, and this rest of the season can just get rolling, whether it's your forwards, midfielders, or defenders, because, you know, coming off that 2-0 loss at home against Michigan State, you know, a little disappointed to start that way, but there's plenty of season left to go, and I'm sure this Bowling Green women's team is hungry to get that first win tonight.
One of the things we talked about during the last home broadcast was that Bowling Green and Michigan State, while they were foes that night, Cincinnati was the next team up for both those teams, the Spartans and the Bearcats, on Sunday, a 0-0 draw. So we'll see how Bowling Green matches up against the Bearcats team that tied the last loss Bowling Green has on their schedule. Underway, Cincinnati going to start with the ball first. Quickly goes back to Bowling Green. Josmine Dijsselhoff plays it forward. Ashley Barron right there. Now Lacey Bethea tries to turn up field to Bryn Gardner. And Cincinnati will take the ball back away. Barron turns it upfield for the Bearcats. A lot of players in the middle tonight right now. We're going to play it back to Serwin for Bowling Green. They'll go all the way back to Berg, just outside the 18. Quickly over to the left side for Dijsselhoff. We'll see what the Falcons can do through the middle of their formation. Kenna White with a touch. Two-touch pass outside to Mackenzie Ruber. As she comes forward, she finds herself with a lot of green space. Room to run. Pass further outside. There's Ellie Poole. Back toward the middle. Halted there by Kendall Battle.
Excellent build-up there from Bowling Green, Brandon, to start that off this match, but unfortunately just that cross just wasn't there.
And one of the things that we'll be looking for out of the Bowling Green Falcons is last time against Michigan State, they felt like they came out a little bit flat in that first half, and that's really what got them behind. And they were hoping to come out this game like they did in the second half of that Michigan State game. They were firing on all cylinders. They just didn't get the result they wanted in that second half. Ball over to Dijsselhoff. Maddie Fiss on the run over there as well. Whistle blown, it'll go with Bowling Green. So that'll be a foul on Fiss. So the free kick going to be taken by Josmine Dijsselhoff. Battle underneath it, gets around Katie Cox. Couldn't get around Gilmore. Good follow-up there by the Bowling Green midfielder. Gilmore out to Ruber, gonna look forward. Trying to find the height of Kenna White. Stride for stride with Ashley Barron down near the corner. White turns it back in. And Barron gonna take it away. White goes to the ground, or White sends Barron to the ground.
And that was an excellent ball delivered from Bowling Green, and you know, White did really well to bring that one down, but it was great defense there from the Bearcats, and unfortunately there she fouls opposing defender.
A chance early on to see why Ashley Barron is the two-time AAC Player of the Year, but right there, Bethea's going to take it away, breaking out near the top of the 18, has a little bit of room, takes a shot off the post. A narrow miss for Lacey Bethea. And that one almost cost the Bearcats just 4 minutes into the game.
Yeah, that was just an excellent read by Lacey Bethea there, Brandon. Just a very careless pass off that foul. And was able to pick it up and just off the inside the post. Unlucky there from the Falcons.
Bethea, such an explosive player for Bowling Green, last year's MAC tournament MVP. Lexi Serwin plays it across midfield. Back to Kendall Battle. Battle between Gilmore there, along with Lauren Bastian.
Yeah, excellent step there from Gilmore. That's what we love to see from a defensive midfielder.
Nunico plays it back to Rexford, who comes out of the box over to Ashley Barron. Barron not in a hurry. Maybe a little shaken up from a moment ago when Lacey Bethea almost capitalized off an early mistake. Katie Cox finds her way up through the middle. There's Bethea once again. Battle goes to the ground to try to keep Bethea off the charge. Still with the ball at her feet. Bethea goes down, foul called. It'll go against Emma Schmelzer.
It's a very promising position here, Brandon, for the Falcons from this free kick position. Bethea is causing UC all types of problems early on.
Just what you want for your Bowling Green Falcons early on. The Bowling Green Falcons faithful definitely pleased with the start their team's had. They've had a lot of possession. Cincinnati hasn't really got to the other end to challenge Lily Berg at all, and right now Bowling Green about their third or fourth time to this end. Maya Dean, Katie Cox, and Deiselhoff all around the ball. Cox will run by Deiselhoff, tries to send that one to the top corner opposite of where the kick was taken, and just over the crossbar by about 6 or 7 feet. So goal kick coming up for Anna Rexford. Of course, Rexford 2 shutouts thus far. The last one ended in a draw, but a pretty impressive way for the keeper to start the year. Maya Dean takes that one away. Kenna White gets to it first. It turns it back towards the middle. There's Gilmore. Bowling Green staying on that attack, but they have the ball taken away there.
You see right now, Brand, they have about 7 players in UC's defensive half, and very energetic start to this game, very high pressing. We love to see this from this Falcons team.
Contact there between Ruber and Megan Smith, but just going for that ball up in the air. Back to Serwin it went. Katie Cox, back to Lexi Serwin. Across midfield. Battle on the run. Bethea not far behind. Bethea getting around Kendall Battle, cutting to the inside, but Battle plays it away, although it leads to a corner kick for Bowling Green. First corner kick of the match in favor of the Falcons. Deiselhoff will trot over.
Corner kick, Bowling Green.
Deiselhoff will kick here, in swing with the left foot. Backside, Serwin underneath it, and just caught it too far on the top of her head as it carried into the back fence. Vanessa DiNardo going to come in for Cincinnati. A graduate student from Strongsville, Ohio. Barron forward, right to DiNardo. Gilmore going to go after it, try to get it back for Bowling Green. Bearcats did a nice job playing keep away for the moment. But now the Falcons have sole possession. Deiselhoff going to go all the way back to Serwin. They're going to try to move from the left side of the formation to the right here as Berg plays it out wide to Ruber. Ruber forward, near the top of the box. White right there with Barron. Ball gets to the feet of Kenna White, cross to the middle. Bryn Gardner was right there, but the Bearcats hold off another attack. Falcons looking to stay right on it. Ellie Poole back across the middle. Isabel Gilmore, and it rolls into the awaiting arms of Rexford. A really strong start for Bowling Green.
Really strong strike for Bowling Green. Whether it's their wingbacks hitting up and down the flank, putting in those dangerous crosses, or Leslie Bethia getting inside the box. I mean, it's been a really good start from Bowling Green, and Rexford's had to come up with a couple saves. Nothing too big, but a couple saves here and there to start this half.
Dysselhoff gets a piece of it, sent forward. Battle back the other way, inside the center circle there. Bearcats have possession once again, but on their back line, and that's where most of their possession has come. They've struggled to get it back up to their forwards. Barron on the ground, playing through the middle. Megan Smith there. Out of play, it'll stay with Cincinnati. So a throw in coming here for the Bearcats on the far side of the field, right in front of Bowling Green head coach Jimmy Walker in his 3rd season with the Falcons, and certainly for Jimmy Walker, the result you want in the first 2 MAC championships back-to-back years to start with the program.
Ooh.
Dysselhoff tangled up there with DiNardo, and that ball one-hopped into the waiting arms of Berg. Ruber forward, down near the sideline, and out of play it goes.
Yeah, that's one of the few times we've had to call Berg's name this whole first half, and she had an excellent game last week. Had 7 saves despite that 2-0 loss.
Vivian Spalding with it, dribbling it around through traffic. Katie Cox going after it, but Spalding gets through Dean Poole and Cox for the moment. On the pass, it's taken away by Dean. Turned back to Katie Cox. Outside, they'll look for Bethea once again. Bethea going to go right at the box. Now cut outside. Shoved to the ground potentially. No call. Play continues. Battle on it. Bethea back to her feet. Out of play it goes. It'll stay with Bowling Green. And you saw just how quickly Lacey Bethea went to the ground, got back to her feet, and got back to the ball. How important is that? Cincinnati defends away once again. Gilmore looking to keep it at the attacking end for Bowling Green. Played into the box again. Spalding around Bethea. Megan Smith with a little room, looking to break out, but she'll have to turn the other way once again. Katie Cox called for the foul, and a little grab of the jersey there.
Yep, a little grab of the jersey there. Go back to what you said about Bethea. That's what you love to see for your coach, Brandon. You may not get every call you want, even if it does look like a foul, but Scott immediately went back and won the ball, and that's immediately what you love to see. If really any coach in the world, and I'm sure Coach Walker loves that.
So Barron with a free kick, a big, strong leg. Delivers it all the way right near the top of the box. The deepest Cincinnati's been in the zone today. One hop, Berg thought about coming out to get it. Instead, lets Ruber play it out, but our second corner kick of the day will go to Cincinnati. So down into the corner, Lauren Bastian. Played toward the middle. Berg comes out, pokes it away. Out of the box it drifts. Poole trying to beat battle to the ball. They got there at the same time. Bowling Green thwarts the attack for the moment. Cincinnati looking to stay on the charge. Is this their first real scoring opportunity of the day? Schmelzer with dribbles on the outside. Trying to move back toward the middle. DiNardo there to provide assistance. Getting around Bryn Gardner, into the box it comes, but Serwin able to play it out. In front of the Bowling Green bench, played back in. Serwin right there again. Katie Cox sent to the ground, foul called on DiNardo.
first real spell possession UC had in Bowling Green's defensive half. From that corner kick, a couple clearances from Bowling Green, they were able to clear the danger, and I think the defense held up really well there.
So Lilleberg going to play the ball away from just outside the 18. Out across midfield it comes. First touch there in the air by Schmelzer. Rolled on a play. Gilmore thought about throwing in quick for Bowling Green, but Bryn Gardner is going to come back and take that throw. Gardner looking for an outlet. White will come back to it. Bowling Green's biggest target. They'll go all the way back to Berg. Berg out to Ruber, close there. Megan Smith right near Mackenzie Ruber. She played it back to Berg, out it comes again. Ellie Poole and Spalding went up together. Battle in White right near as well. Throw in here for Cincinnati. Battle will move up the field to take the throw. Is now everyone pushed across that midfield line for Cincinnati. Bastian trying to work through traffic. Spalding there to pick up the pieces. Back to Bastian, into the middle. Dieselhoff there, played around. Spalding going to get right back to it. Poole and Ruber challenging Spalding 2-on-1 down in the corner, out of play. Throw in for Bowling Green.
Excellent defense there from the Falcons. Great double team, and off that clearance, able to run the throw in.
Throw in for Ruber. Looking at Poole. Foul called on Spalding. And while Ellie Poole, one of the newcomers to the program here at Bowling Green, certainly familiar with the MAC. She was Toledo's leading scorer just 1 year ago. So following the Bearcat foul, Mackenzie Ruber, a lot of room for this free kick. Kenna White right there, played through the air, back onto the ground. Spalding gets to it, Poole right there as well. Buffet shuffling with Barron. Into the box they go. Barron puts it high up into the air. Megan Smith brings play back to the ground for Cincinnati. Taylor Nunico working the right side of the Bearcat formation. And it looks like just out of play. And indeed it will be a throw-in for the Falcons. Thrown forward on the run. Maya Dean trying to get there, gets around that corner. Dean going to have a chance to bring it back toward the middle. But on the ground, couldn't get through the traffic of two Bearcat defenders. Thrown upfield. Cincinnati trying to get it all the way to that forward line. But it ends up at the feet of Lexi Serwin. We talked about Ellie Poole transferring from Toledo. Lexi Serwin comes over from Xavier. And certainly Lexi Serwin being at Xavier. Xavier very close to Cincinnati.
I'm sure she was definitely excited for this game with that rivalry that is between Xavier and UC.
Cincinnati back on the attack. Brandy Thompson has her name called for the first time. And as we get down near the box, offside called on the Bearcats. plays it forward for Bowling Green as they build from back to front. White plays it forward. Kendall battled back to it. Out into empty space it comes. That'll allow Ruber to get there for Bowling Green. Spalding trying to creep up. Ruber into the middle. White gets ahead on it. Across the field it goes over the end line. So the ball will come back to Rexford. Rexford will give it to Barron. Rocket all the way forward over the head of Spalding and Poole as it carries all the way to Berg at the other end. Serwin with it back to Berg. Berg will play long instead. Kenna White with the first touch. Good on the ground. Nunico gets a hold of it. Collision there between Cox and Schmelzer draws the foul on Katie Cox. So Barron will move forward. Ashley Barron, a 5'11" target, so since if you're Cincinnati, you want to get your taller targets forward in a position like this. And instead of Barron playing it, it'll be Lauren Bastian. You saw Bastian play the corner earlier for Cincinnati. Into the middle. Cincinnati still challenging. Turn forward, Fisk tried a shot, it was poked away. Gilmore doing a nice job at defending out in the open for Bowling Green. Barron back to Nunico. Nunico forward into the box. Top of the box, there's a shot deflected away by Dean. Cincinnati will do the same thing again, right back to Ashley Barron. Forward and a foul going to be called on Mackenzie Ruber. Dangerous territory here is for Cincinnati. You're well within striking distance. Will consist of Dyselhoff and Katie Cox. Dean will break off and go over to defend. Thompson and Bastian. Both around the ball. Thompson played right at Berg, who makes the one-hop save. Berg going to send everybody forward.
UC's chances have definitely came off those set pieces, Brandon, like you were talking about, those free kicks. But you just got to be careful not to foul them in that good of a spot, because that was a very good spot there from UC, and luckily a very well executed free kick and right in the hands of Berg.
Ruber didn't bring the ball all the way back behind the head, says the official. So a throw-in awarded to Cincinnati. Back to Barron. Lofted into the air. Maya Dean gets to it, but Bastian back with possession for the Bearcats. Schmelzer brings it across, finding Thompson. Back to Barron. Barron forward, this time through the left side of the formation. It's intercepted there by Ellie Poole. White back a little bit to Ruber. Now Megan Smith all the way back to Rexford. And while the last meeting between Bowling Green and Cincinnati on paper was back in 2010, August 22nd of 2010, that game went to Cincinnati in overtime, double overtime at that. These two teams aren't all that unfamiliar with one another because they played in an exhibition game back at the beginning of last season. Game ended up in a 0-0 draw. So whether it's unofficial or official, these teams are looking to score the first goal against each other in 12 years. Played into the box, Berg out right to it. The awaiting hands.
Yeah, UC's definitely got on the ball a lot more in the past 10 minutes or so. A lot more possession. BG's been a little sloppy out the back, but definitely been showing a lot of grit.
Ellie Poole called for the foul there. A little extension on the arms as she was trailing right behind Megan Smith. So free kick coming. And Bastion comes over once again. Looking over at Neil Stafford, the head coach. And he's going to have Ashley Barron take this free kick.
This would have to be a really good ball player, and this is from a pretty good distance.
Barron delivered in right in the middle of the box, right where it needed to be for Cincinnati. Bowling Green plays it out. Cox back to it. Bearcats still have it. Bastion on the outside now. Had help there in the form of Schmelzer. It's taken away by Bowling Green. Bethea looking to break out. Has help here with Kenna White. 2-on-2. Cincinnati trying to close back in. Bethea into the box. Left-footed shot. Just high and wide.
It was an excellent solo effort there, Brandon, by Lacey Bethea. Able to win the ball near midfield, drive all the way down into the UC's defensive end, and just unfortunately laced that shot. Couldn't get that one on target, but she's definitely been the danger man for the Falcons this first half.
And although just a junior, Bethea second on the team in points. Second active player for Bowling Green in the program for points. Only trailing Kenna White right now. Kendall Battle and Emma Schmelzer back and forth. Battle forward, Ruber on the end of it. Gilmore puts it on the ground, brings it back to Ruber on the outside. All the way forward, down near the corner, it'll stay in. Bethea on the run over, it'll challenge Battle, and Battle just flips it over that side.
The Falcons have continued to pressure this UC's left side of the defense. Had a lot of success, whether it was Ellie Poole or Lacey Bethea. Had a lot of joy down this right-hand side in this first half.
Ellie Poole tries to put one into the box. Ashley Barron was right there. Kenna White there as well. It comes out near midfield. Now across. Ruber plays it back to Serwin. Serwin going to go forward. Poole still right down where Bowling Green had the ball. And offside going to be the call. So we'll see if Cincinnati here is going to play short or play long. Looks like Ashley Barron's going to push everybody forward. But she does have help with Kendall Battle right to her right. They'll play it across the field instead. Taylor Nunico there. Back to Barron. Now forward once again. Try to get to that forward line, but there's Lexi Serwin, who's been really impressive through the first game and now the first portion of this first half for Bowling Green. Back to Berg. Has to quickly shuffle it off to Ruber. Pressure there applied by Megan Smith. White two-touch pass to Katie Cox. Now forward, Maya Dean trying to have a little breakout here as well. Down near the box, tried to get it across to Bryn Gardner. Dean still with it, trying to turn around Battle. Forward, Katie Cox comes into the fold. Back towards the backside. Bryn Gardner gets a foot on it. White has it, trying to turn around in front of the net, played away by Ashley Barron. Dieselhoff trying to send it back in. Spalding brings it down, keeps it on the ground. And Battle appears to be tired, just clears it out of play.
Yeah, and Ashlyn Barron had to make a life-saving clearance there of Brandon because she was the one keeping White on side there. That ball fell to her right in front of the 6, and usually you see the flag be raised there, but Barron with a great clearance.
And now Elena Unkefer comes in for Bowling Green, her first collegiate appearance. Is Buffet going to get a rest? And you hear the round of applause from the Bowling Green crowd. Unkefer was unable to play in the first game for Bowling Green, but on the field. And Bryn Gardner and Elena Unkefer were actually teammates in high school, and they made 3 consecutive Final Four Division I appearances in state for soccer, and that's pretty impressive. So we'll see what they can do out there together. Poole goes through the legs of battle. White to the ball, back towards the middle. Cox trying to come to it. Defended out by Thompson. Gilmore with the ball. Over to Poole. Bowling Green looking to capitalize. Dean a lot of space now. Takes the shot. 4 feet high of the crossbar. Getting closer and closer. 2 shots from Maya Dean thus far. The first one, that one a little bit more on target than the first. So we'll see perhaps if she gets another opportunity as this game continues on. Paige Miller going to come in out of Evansville, Indiana for Cincinnati. Looks like Taylor Nunico getting looked at by the athletic trainer. So a chance for both teams to go through and sort of discuss things here with 15:34 left in this first half. And in a game that right now has been dominated by Bowling Green, what's impressed you the most?
Lacey Buffet. If I had to put it to you lightly, her speed, her agility, her urge, and just determination to win the ball when she gets knocked off the bar or whether they're building out the back. Her aggressiveness has been fantastic this first half. And like I said early on, Bowling Green keeps attacking UC's left side defense. Both teams are kind of playing a little bit of a similar formation, but Ellie Poole's had a lot of joy down this right-hand side, hooking in crosses. It's been kind of the same on the left-hand side. So Bowling Green, I believe, as a team in general, Brandon, they've just came out with a lot of fight, a lot of energy, and a lot of passion. And I think Coach Walker should be really proud of that. Unfortunately, they haven't broken through just yet, but it does look like it's coming.
It's certainly in a spot for these two teams. Cincinnati, they've already got their first win, and when you don't have your first win yet for a team like Bowling Green, who's only played 1 game, but you become more and more motivated to get that first win, and they'd certainly love to do so here today against Cincinnati. Back to play, all the way to the Bowling Green defensive end of the field. Yost Meindeis off, forward. Maya Dean, now Kenna White. White forward, looking for Unkefer in traffic, trying to get around the defense. Back toward the middle, Battle plays it away. Ellie Poole going to close in quickly. Back to Unkefer, right side. Unkefer a chance to play it back toward the middle. Katie Cox right there. Maya Dean there as well. But a nice job there by Bastian to halt the attack for the moment. Unkefer back into the middle. There's Gilmore. Gilmore back to Ruber. Falcons continue to threaten down here at this end. Foul there as Katie Cox went to the ground, followed by Spalding. Spalding initiating that contact, and the official's arm was quick to go up.
Maya Dean, Gilmore, and Katie Cox have also done just an excellent job controlling the midfield, Brandon. Maya Dean, Gilmore has those dual sixes. Katie Cox as that number 10 in midfield. They've done an excellent job frustrating UC's midfield. And they've definitely been winning the battle in this first half.
Dijsselhoff an opportunity at a free kick here. That one going to be lofted in, backside. Potentially looking for Kenna White. Jaden Frigerio in for the Falcons as well now. Gilmore battling on the side with Bernardo. Advantage Bernardo right now as the Bearcats looking to come back quickly toward the other end. Thompson there, pokes it forward, into the box it goes. Serwin over to Ruber, maybe some miscommunication. Chance there for Bernardo, caught in traffic. Frigerio trying to push the ball forward for Bowling Green. One of the underclassmen for Bowling Green. And she's going to be called for the foul. And let's go back, and one of the things you pointed out was Katie Cox, Isabel Gilmore, and Maya Dean working all together. Maya Dean and Isabel Gilmore got to play this summer together over on the west side of the state of Michigan, up near Grand Rapids. So they got to play summer ball. So they said one of the things to look out for this year would be how their team chemistry has developed, just because they've simply spent more time playing together.
Yet the more reps, the more time you play together, the stronger your relationship on the field becomes.
Into the box, right into the middle. Poole clears it away for the moment. Bearcats wanted a handball call on the Falcons. Didn't get one. Ashley Barron just outside on the ground towards Berg. She scoops it up. Will stay scoreless for now. Berg sending it away. Frigerio right there. But a nice job by Kendall Green on the far side of the field for Cincinnati. Schmelzer working it around outside to Green. Back inside, Bastion. But Katie Cox beat her there. Out of play, throw in Bowling Green. Mackenzie Tucker comes in for Cincinnati. Bowling Green trying to go forward, and it'll be a throw-in for the Falcons. Ball went out of play off Cincinnati. Frigerio throws into Unkefer. Unkefer tangled up there, and we see why. Foul called there against Cincinnati.
Yeah, Unkefer's done really good since checking into the game.
We mentioned Bryn Gardner and Elena Unkefer getting to play together. Only Unkefer, 1 of 2 on the field right now, as Bryn Gardner catching her breath over on the side. But Emily Gardner as well, Bryn Gardner's older sister. All 3, Unkefer and both Gardners, played 1 season together at Anthony Wayne. One of those 3 state Final Four appearances. That one in, picked off by Rexford.
There's been a lot of dangerous crosses in this first half, Brandon, whether it's from a corner kick or from a set piece. And Rexford and Berg have done a really good job coming off their line, being very disciplined.
Mackenzie Ortman into the game for Bowling Green. Katie Cox outside. Ellie Poole once again. Poole going to try to go forward to White. White and Barron both right there. Ashley Barron trying to cut the ball off and sent tumbling to the ground as the ball went out of play.
Yeah, that's just excellent defending there, Barron. They're really good there to use her body over to shield the ball, earn the foul. Ashley Barron was named the AAC Defensive Player of the Week for the 4th time in her career this past week.
So Barron coming off a strong week in Bearcats games against Northern Kentucky and Michigan State. Looking to keep things going here against Bowling Green. She's one of only 2 position players that played all 90 minutes in the first 2 games. There she plays it into the middle for Thompson. Thompson wanted to go outside. 2 players to the ground. Unkefer, one of those, and that's going to bring out the yellow card. So Elena Unkefer going to be booked. The first booking we've seen in the match.
Bowling Green yellow card, number 12, Unkefer.
So the clock stopped at 9:14 before we get back going here. Maddie Fiss was the one there. The senior playing for the hometown team because she's originally from Cincinnati. Barron all the way forward, right into the heart of the box. One hop, Berg out to get it.
And that was a fantastic ball once again from Barron from just about midfield. And that one bounce, and Berg did really good there once again to come off the line and to catch that one.
And of course, some history between Bowling Green head coach Jimmy Walker and Ashley Barron, as Jimmy Walker played or coached at Pace Center, which was where Ashley Barron played growing up in the Toledo area. That one lofted forward for Jerrio, looking for Poole, and Rexford just beats Poole to the ball. Cincinnati going to try to go quick. White slides in. Excellent job by Kenna White to prevent Cincinnati from that up-tempo quick pace to get to the other end.
Cincinnati was looking to catch Falcon. White did really well there, able to read the game, read the field really well, recognizing what UC was trying to do there off that throw. It's an excellent tackle.
Sarah Kate Rath into the contest. One of the freshmen for the Bearcats team. Pass forward from Thompson to DiNardo, and they score. Cincinnati on the board. Thompson passed forward to DiNardo, and she turned and fired over the head of Lily Berg, and Cincinnati, although they haven't controlled possession, finds themselves on the board first.
And a great individual effort there from DiNardo. Good pass, top of the box, able to turn, was able to get that shot off and find bottom corner. Really hard, not a good way you want to end the first half for Bowling Green, but you can't see nothing away. It was a good strike there from DiNardo.
Still some time to go here in the first half, just under 8 minutes to play. Certainly Bowling Green would love to answer going into the break. We'll see if they can do just that. Mackenzie Ortman back forward with the ball all the way up front. Unkefer in pursuit. Fiss got to it first. Cincinnati back forward. Serwin defends away again. Toward the middle of the field, here comes Mackenzie Ortman. Now the Falcons will try to work through the right side of the formation. Left side got closed off. We'll see if they bring it back this way. Ruber toward the middle. Ashley Barron the first one there. Katie Cox gets to it after that. Passed around, eventually goes from the feet of Schmelzer back to Rexford. Short ball to Barron. Cox going to try to challenge. Barron goes outside with it. Fiss, Barron, and Battle continue it around that back three for Cincinnati. And now it comes forward through Thompson. DiNardo almost had a piece of it once again. Off the touch by Paige Miller. Loose in the middle, 8 battling 8, as Thompson and Cox were both in there for their respective teams. DiNardo tries a pass forward. Too much defense. Ortman takes it back away. Dieselhoff uses the space to go forward. Barron comes around Unkefer. Kenna White in the middle. And now Cincinnati on the charge once again. Bowling Green, Isabel Gilmore trying to get back, eventually cutting off the ball. Nice job there to get back by Gilmore. And a foul going to be called as she's sent to the ground.
Yeah, that was really good hustle and determination there from Gilmore to hustle back and able to win the ball. White just lost it there. Kind of sloppy in midfield, but Bowling Green did well as a team to come back there and win back the ball.
Kendall Green was the one that had it taken away by Gilmore. Ortman goes to the ground. Foul going to be called there again against Kendall Green. Back-to-back fouls for her. So just over midfield. Ruber some space for a free kick here. Time continuing to wind down. Approaching that critical last 5 minutes of the half. Toward the box, defended away. Ortman tries to play it right back. Cox goes to the ground between Battle and Schmelzer. Ruber called for a foul there.
It's definitely been a very physical first half between these two teams, and I think it might be a little bit of frustration there after conceding that goal, and Bowling Green just trying to get back into the game.
Outside, Frigerio was right there. Cincinnati able to keep possession, but there it's taken away. Ortman forward to White. White gonna look for Unkefer. Battle on the run, and it just hops into the hands of Rexford, who was waiting right there at the top of the box.
Yeah, Kendall Battle did really good there to shield Unkefer to make sure Rexford is able to pick up that ball. Just take a couple seconds off the clock, and looks like that's what they're going to do right here.
Rexford all the way out, well out of the box. Low pass there up the right side. Cincinnati keeping it on the ground right now. Around Gilmore, toward the middle. Pull deflects away. Ben Ortman, the two former Southview High School teammates. Played in wide of the goal. Berg watches it cruise out of play. Goal kick coming up. Cincinnati going to make another change. Irish Shoe in. Ruber near side, step by step, up through the middle. White back to Ruber. Through space, back to White. Bowling Green starting to look more and more like they did in the first 10 to 15 minutes of the contest. Ruber played forward, Ellie Poole trying to get through three defenders there. It was too much this time, but she's quickly back to the ball for Bowling Green.
Looks like they're blowing that one back for a throw-in.
Indeed, a throw-in for Cincinnati. Kendall Battle trying to find an outlet upfield. Ortman gets to it first, just got a piece of it on the top half of the foot. That'll allow Cincinnati to try to take advantage. Irish Shoe poked away by Gilmore. Serwin there with DiNardo. Now Frigerio back on defense as well. Dieselhoff able to clear. Vanessa DiNardo right there again. Dieselhoff plays it out. Under 90 seconds remaining now in the first half. This will drop forward for the throw-in. Just to the north side of that Bowling Green bench. All the way back to Barron. Played up through the formation where it's taken away by Serwin. Right back out of play, so another throw in for this coming. This back to Barron, the same as they just ran it a moment ago. Barron going to go all the way forward with it, down near the corner. Serwin closing in, right back out of play. It appears that Bowling Green going to try to play defense here for the last 30 seconds. Maybe an opportunity to break out. But now down under 20. This set for another throw in. Under 10 seconds left, thrown in. Maybe a chance here for Cincinnati to get a shot off. Middle of the box, deflected away. Right back toward the net. but back and forth volleys through the air is how we'll end the half. After one half of play, Cincinnati, the visiting squad, on top of the home Bowling Green Falcons, 1-0. When we come back, we'll be ready to go here for the second half.
It started with you. A breeze building momentum. A movement gathering force. Even before you could see it, you could feel it. The flutter of hope. The rush of potential. The inexplicable pull toward the edge of opportunity. Falcons take flight. 7 years ago, Bowling Green State University challenged our community to join us in changing lives for the world. Powered by the strength of Falcons who came before us, guided by our indomitable spirit. Together, we rise. Even as the world took new shape amidst a global pandemic, we fixed our sights on tomorrow's horizon. You gave, and it altered our course. You gave, and we are forever changed, united in our vision of the future. More than 38,000 donors answered the call, representing all 50 states and 26 countries. More than 160,000 contributions were given, raising over $250 million. $101.7 million in scholarship and student support funds were committed, creating 235 new scholarship funds to accelerate student success and accessibility. More than $28 million in gift revenue was received in fiscal year 2020 alone, our highest level of yearly philanthropic support, demonstrating the unparalleled commitment of Falcons in the face of extraordinary upheaval. Stirred by emotion, propelled by purpose, lifted by your empowerment, we are airborne. From historic gifts that changed our campuses to focused contributions ensuring that all Falcons soar, your impact is profound. We are educating the world's next generation of trailblazers to forge ahead, honoring our historic strength in business education, preparing journalists, media, and communication professionals to seek the truth, skating with an eye toward the future, and building up our frontline healthcare heroes for those with the courage to respond and preserve our public health. This is not the end of a campaign. It's the beginning of our path forward, one renewed with meaning and optimism, unbridled by the conventions of how it's always been done. Because when Falcons take flight, we make a difference forever. Bowling Green State University, a public university for the public good.
My major does not define me.
I'll probably be working jobs that don't exist yet.
I want a fulfilling career and to make a difference.
A rewarding life starts with being true to yourself, then taking action. Our design coaches help identify what empowers you so you can think big, try boldly, and stay curious.
A BGSU education is bigger than a degree.
It's a toolkit.
For a life of purpose.
So my name is Sadia Azmi, and I'm from Mumbai, India, and my major is psychology. BGSU was my choice because I did a lot of research and I applied to quite a few universities and I got through them too. But BGSU's program for IO is ranked really highly, actually ranked number 3 in the country. And so it was an easy choice. So when I got here, you have to understand that I'm coming from Mumbai, which is just kind of called the New York of India. And so it was a big, busy city, and coming to Bowling Green was like, whoa, like what century? Something has changed here. Initially, it was a little bit of a surprise shock. But then as I got to meet people, you know, I met my advisor here on campus, and then I made friends just living in the dorms. slowly, I knew nobody when I came to campus, but slowly I made so many friends that within a month or two, it just started feeling great being here. I have volunteered at the ISA, that is the Indian Student Association, and also at a few events of Global Connections, which is a campus come outside organization where they help out international students. And besides that, I just make it a point to attend every other event that I can, you know, be it the Chinese Student Association or the World Student Association or the African American Student Association. All of that just to get to, you know, meet new people, learn new things. So after I finish this semester at BGSU, I'm going back to India to get married. And then I'm coming back in January. I have this internship that I have planned for the next semester. Probably I will be continuing with the internship that I'm doing right now. And then I will also be taking my GREs and then applying to schools for my PhD program. I would definitely recommend BGSU to students. My opinions, my views were really, really valued here. And especially for international students, because you bring a different perspective. I have observed that professors and, you know, teachers on campus here really value that. So like, you know, in class I would be asked, what is your opinion? Like, and in a very nice way, like, not like in an outsider, oh, you know, what do you think kind of thing. And also, it has been just a great learning experience and definitely recommending it.
At both Public University, always for the public good.
My definition of a frontline Falcon is somebody who works in a discipline that provides services to people when they're very vulnerable.
They are there every single day taking care of our loved ones when we can't.
Early on in the pandemic, it was clear to me that our students and faculty were going to need to be out on the front lines working. Our medical laboratory sciences students participated in COVID testing as soon as COVID testing was possible. Our long-term care administration students and alums provided very compassionate care to people who were isolated and alone. Our nursing graduates got out into the workforce a month earlier than they would normally be.
Our graduates were able to enter the workforce on a temporary nursing license, and those graduates hit the floor running. The School of Nursing began in July of 2020, and it was really a fitting time in history to create a nursing program to help increase the demand.
There's many, many ways that the disciplines in the College of Health and Human Services rapidly made adjustments and began delivering services to the community.
We thank you for answering the call to come to this profession, and we thank you for everything you do day after day.
Thank you all for being here today. You are here because you made the decision to be collegiate student athletes. So clap it up for yourselves. So let me ask you a question. Raise your hand if you want to win a conference championship. Raise your hand if you want to win a national championship. National championship. Keep your hands up if you're willing to wake up 4:30 in the morning for mandatory workouts. Those hands will go down because not everyone's willing to make those sacrifices. Keep your hands up if you're willing to put student first. All the responsibilities that it takes to be a student athlete. Are you up for that challenge? The lifelong friends that you will make, the failed attempts that you will learn from, the education that you will earn will all develop you for life after sports. So I'll ask you, are you willing to compete? Are you willing to execute? And are you willing to be a leader? Are you ready?
I think education changed dramatically through the pandemic.
We saw teachers being incredibly creative and reaching out to one another to network for ideas to keep students engaged and still learning.
Our commitment was to make sure that people were educated, to do it in a safe environment. One faculty member brought a camper and parked outside to meet students there.
We could space out and do the office hours in a socially distanced, safe manner. And I just wanted to let my students know that, I'm a real person outside of the Zoom box.
For a lot of faculty, this was the first time they've been teaching online, but for faculty in our college, we've had robust online programming for years. And they became really great resources. Starting in the spring of 2020, we worked with local school districts to organize these academic enrichment camps. Our faculty, staff, and students, we made a difference in people's lives, and I think that's what a public university for the public good should be about.
Colleges and universities are no longer accepting just a student. We are accepting an entire support network and family unit with them. How do we engage and leverage our families to be supporters and partners so their students can be more successful inside and outside the classroom? Parent, Family, and New Student Connections was created and established in November 2020 to provide support, communication, advocacy, education for our families. We're not asking our families to drop them off and leave. We're actually saying, be a partner. One of our favorite new initiatives is during move-in weekend, we've hosted a tassel ceremony where we have given our families a tassel, which is a promise from the institution that their voice and presence and support and partnership will make the difference in helping their students be successful. As we evolve as a department, one of the ways that we want to activate our current families is creating a parent council. Having voices of current families advise our department, we are working towards the same goal, which is retaining and graduating our students.
Yeah! 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 Yeah!
Justice will not be served until those who are unaffected are as outraged as those who are.
You don't know what you don't know, but at the same time, you have to be sensitive about the different things that are going on in people's lives.
We're all struggling and we're all fighting a battle, and we have to figure out how to build that bridge.
We ultimately want them to leave and do public good through teaching physical education and health education. We want to promote moving.
Kids very early on, probably 18 months to 2 years, kids can initially start to interact in types of activities where they are, for example, running, skipping, hopping. So just getting somebody to roll a ball and a child to go after it, collect it and bring it back. That's perfectly permissible for young children to start doing. And then obviously over a period of time, those skills begin to develop.
It's really important that we have strong role models. We call it observational learning. And I think when we grow up with seeing people that we admire partaking in physical activity, we're more likely to do that, whether that be a professional person or someone like a parent. When we see them active, more than likely we're going to be active. And I think that's really important, that we instill physical activity from a young age.
As kids approach kindergarten, preschool, we're starting to teach them the importance of different types of locomotor skills: hopping, skipping, running, jumping, galloping. Those sort of skills will initially provide a foundation for later on skill development, also develop their critical thinking, decision making in games and sports. That's something else that we can do, as well as teaching them how to interact with one another.
It started with you. A breeze building momentum. A movement gathering force. Even before you could see it, you could feel it. The flutter of hope, the rush of potential, the inexplicable pull toward the edge of opportunity. Falcons take flight 7 years ago, Bowling Green State University challenged our community to join us in changing lives for the world. Powered by the strength of Falcons who came before us, guided by our indomitable spirit. Together, we rise. Even as the world took new shape amidst a global pandemic, we fixed our sights on tomorrow's horizon. You gave, and it altered our course. You gave, and we are forever changed, united in our vision of the future. More than 38,000 donors answered the call, representing all 50 states and 26 countries. More than 160,000 contributions were given, raising over $250 million. $101.7 million in scholarship and student support funds were committed, creating 235 new scholarship funds to accelerate student success and accessibility. More than $28 million in gift revenue was received in fiscal year 2020 alone, our highest level of yearly philanthropic support, demonstrating the unparalleled commitment of Falcons in the face of extraordinary upheaval. Stirred by emotion, propelled by purpose, lifted by your empowerment, we are airborne. From his
Back here at Cochrane Stadium as we get ready to go for the second half. After one half of play, the Cincinnati Bearcats on top of the Bowling Green Falcons 1-0. Brandon Lowe alongside me, Lucas Kleinmeyer, welcoming you back into Cochrane Stadium. The school year now underway. Last time when the Falcons were at home against Michigan State, it was the first home athletic event of the year and school hadn't begun, and now school's in session, so things more full swing here on the campus of Bowling Green University.
Yeah, it was a really good first half from Bowling Green. Unfortunately, a great individual effort from UC that led to that goal, and a very hard-fought first half. Looking to see if Bowling Green get that first goal of the season and look for that equalizer.
And looking back to that first goal for Cincinnati, it was Brandy Thompson, passed on through to Vanessa DiNardo, who eventually buried it into the back of the net over Lily Berg. So for Cincinnati, that was really the story in the first half, because we talked about it last half during the break and just before we got going here. In Bowling Green, they controlled a large majority of that first half, and again, just didn't get the result they were looking for.
Yeah, Lacey Bethay had a great opportunity early on the first half, hit it off the inside of the post. Just a little unlucky there, and they did have a lot of good opportunities down both flanks. White had a couple good looks, and just can't quite find that breakthrough just yet, and we'll see if they can get through that second half, because the next goal here is really crucial.
Played out by Rexford. Katie Cox went to the ground, foul called there, and Bowling Green going to get a chance here to free kick. Mackenzie Ruber right there, and we'll see what Jimmy Walker and company have come up with. Jimmy Walker, the head coach of the Falcons, we mentioned in his third season. Associate head coach Taylor Clark promoted from assistant coach to associate head coach just this past off season before we got going here with this season. And the goalkeepers coach Scott Rissler and volunteer coach Eric Vandermeulen. Ruber right at Rexford, who makes an effortless save, just extending the hands above her head. Rexford out towards midfield, bounding above a handful of players, Spalding and Poole included. Now on the side, Dean tries to keep it in, but over the line, a throw in here for Cincinnati. Eddie Fiss. Of course, both teams changing ends. Swapping sides here. Rexford plays that one out without a play. Bowling Green going to go back to work here. Dysselhoff wanted to go to Cox in the middle, just left it a bit short. And Cincinnati will work back through Ashley Barron in the back. Lacey Bethay, that speed, those neon yellow cleats back into the game for Bowling Green. And that could certainly play a factor later. Right now, Cincinnati back to DiNardo into the box, cutting with the left foot, shot high off the crossbar and over the net. And that was almost another one for DiNardo, a dangerous spot.
Yeah, it would have been the second time DiNardo this evening just pulled something out of nothing really against the run of play, and almost another individual brilliant play by her, almost double the lead for UC.
Now Bird going to send everybody forward. It comes back to the ground at the feet of Bastion. Out to Spalding. Spalding has some room. Tries to leave it behind Poole. Back to it near the top of the 18. Ortman comes back to provide some help for Bowling Green. Katie Cox now out to Bethea. This on defense. Official will signal throw in for Cincinnati. Thrown all the way upfield. Dieselhoff right there. Over the head of Poole. Allie Poole got back to it. Through the legs of Fiss. Cox there as well. Foul call. Now on the other side, Spalding on the ground, so the official will stop the clock. Athletic trainer back onto the field for the second time tonight in almost the same spot as earlier. But back and forth play here to start the second half. Through the first 4 minutes, we saw Bowling Green with an opportunity down at this end. We saw Cincinnati with an opportunity as well. So a much more even start to the second half.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a more even start to the second half than it was the first. Yeah, the first half, BG definitely were the team in control for probably honestly a good portion of that entire first half. First 15, 20 minutes, they really controlled the game. Just couldn't find that breakthrough, and UC's been really dangerous against the run and play off these counterattacks. And we've seen that there with Vanessa DiNardo with that goal in that first half, and she almost got that second one hit off the crossbar.
And what a display of the leg for Vanessa DiNardo, just that first goal and then hitting the crossbar. I mean, you don't see a whole lot of shots hit the crossbar, but that one, it was just lasered in. Spalding back to her feet, and she'll walk off under her own power with the athletic trainer. So good to see for the Bearcats. Spalding going off under her own power for sure.
Spalding definitely a key player for UC, had one of those goals in those 2-0 victory over Northern Kentucky University. She was looking dangerous to start the second half as well.
So Sarah Kate Rath will come back in. Sarah Kate goes by SK. Looks like our head referee is still talking over towards the bench of the Bearcats. And Spalding gonna stay in. Looks like there's a little confusion over there from Cincinnati. Neil Stafford visibly upset.
I wonder if the referee told her to probably stay off the field for a moment's time. I'm not quite sure what the conversation is.
And Neil Stafford walked back off into that dugout, maybe to cool himself off. So now it looks like Sarah Kate Rath going to come back over near the bench. No, back to the bench, jersey in hand. And she'll throw the neon back on. Spalding still on the side. She'll have to wait to come back in. Down near the top of the box, Cincinnati still on the attack. Ortman takes it away. Left side, Ellie Poole. Now forward, trying to get it to Bethea. Fiss blocks off Bethea. And Fiss puts it back to Battle in the middle. All the way forward to DiNardo again. Dieselhoff got there. Out it goes. Corner kick, Cincinnati. So now here comes SK Rath. Corner coming up. Lauren Bastian in. An interesting sequence there for sure. Lauren Bastian, outswing towards the middle of the box. Cincinnati got one touch, through all the way to the other side. Brandy Thompson there, Mackenzie Ortman defending for Bowling Green. Out of play, throw-in coming for Cincinnati.
Yeah, this has been a really good start to the second half for Cincinnati, for sure. Been down a lot on Bowling Green's defensive end.
Cincinnati still trying to press towards the middle. They'll get another corner out of it. So Bastian will switch from one corner to the next. Now over to the far side of the stadium. Bastian plays it towards the net. On the ground, still loose out in front. A lot of bodies in there. It escapes the box. There's a shot fired high. Maddie Fist was right there. The ball finally cleared all the traffic in the box, came back out. It was a perfect ball out to Fist, just on the roll, and she just shot it high the crossbar.
Yeah, luckily there for Bowling Green, that shot did not get on target, as this had a really good opportunity to lock and load, as she did, but just couldn't put that one on target.
Berg tried to go out there to Ruber, just a little too much on it, so Cincinnati going to get another throw-in out of this. Battle comes forward.
Yeah, it's been a little sloppy building on the back early on in the second half for BG. It's good pressure there from Bethea.
Bethea really working hard against Ashley Barron. Battle back toward the top of the box. Dieselhoff right there, back on the ground. Dean comes out to it. There's Kenna White. Bowling Green looking to build that momentum towards the other end. Throw in coming for Ruber right there on top of the ball. Cincinnati takes it back away. Here they come. On the ground, ball towards the middle. Dieselhoff comes to it first. Now Ruber over to Katie Cox. Cox forward off the head of Bryn Gardner, trying to get back to the ball. Battle keeps it just inside. Painting the lines there. One player goes down. Gardner now with it. Has a little bit of room. Battle playing defense right there. Gardner passes off to White instead. White lofts it back towards the middle. Ellie Poole trying to come back towards it. And it looked like Ellie Poole got a piece of it with the hand. And that's really the second chance of the half we've seen for Bowling Green, but good to see him sort of shift play from one end to the other.
It's been a lot of long ball action from Bowling Green to start the second half. You saw a lot in the first half. They're building out the back, swinging the ball from one fullback to the other, and we haven't seen that so far in the second half, but there's plenty of time left. About to change.
Kenna White dribbling around. Back to Mackenzie Ortman. Ortman forward looking for Bethea out front. Bethea going to have an opportunity here to cut back toward the middle. Fist right there. Bethea lofts it across. Bryn Gardner right there. Now in the middle. Maya Dean defended away by Emma Schmelzer. Battle will play it out. It looks like Bowling Green finally had something cooking in the kitchen as they look to turn things back to their own end.
Yeah, kind of right on cue that they were finally starting to build something through the midfield there, Brandon. And, you know, Bethea had a really good cut there, delivered a dangerous ball, and, you know, UC did really well to deal with it, but the attack's still alive for Bowling Green.
Schmelzer goes to the ground. Maya Dean trying to win the ball back for the Falcons. Forward, there's Kenna White, back to Dean. Outside to Ruber, has it taken away. Maya Dean right there to pick the pieces back up. Lofts into the middle for Bethea, continued on. Back heel, pass to Kenna White, just wide. But I think it was tipped out of play, and that'll bring up a corner kick for Bowling Green.
Yeah, it was a fantastic sequence there from BG. Good shot there from White. Just great defensive play there from UC. Take that deflection, and BG get their first corner kick of the half.
Josmine Dieselhoff in to take the corner for Bowling Green. On the ground, low to Katie Cox. Back to Dieselhoff on the outside. That one lofted back toward the middle. Off of Ashley Barron, another corner kick for Bowling Green. So same thing again. Josmine Dieselhoff back to the corner. Played in, backside, White over the top, just wide of the net. Really good delivery there from Dieselhoff. Just a bit long off the head of Kenna White. Cincinnati going to play short. Rexford, then Barron, now Thiss. Bethea trying to take it back away. Defense closing in. White and Bethea trying to collapse on Barron. Barron quick to get the ball back off to the outside. Thiss there again. Maya Dean and Ellie Poole combined for the takeaway.
Just look at teamwork there in the midfield there from Bowling Green to quickly win possession back and keep the momentum going.
Ruber into the middle. Bastion did a nice job there, as did Brandy Thompson. Bowling Green still threatening on the outside, down near the corner. And a foul called on Bryn Gardner. So a free kick coming for Cincinnati down near the corner. Ashley Barron takes her time over to the ball. That one the wrong way for Barron. Over to Thiss. Thiss able to evade Bethea. And a foul called on SK Rath.
Yeah, that kick was just completely mishit there from UC, and looks like they're calling the ball went out early, so it looks like it might be a throw-in.
Elena Unkefer and Isabel Gilmore back in for Bowling Green. Kenna White will take a rest. So that puts Lacey Bethea up front with the former Anthony Wayne duo, Elena Unkefer and Bryn Gardner. Cincinnati quick to go the other way. DiNardo has it stolen away by Dieselhoff. Back toward the middle. Serwin trying to get there. Contact near the top of the box between Serwin and Miller. The ball scooted away, and that contact allowed Berg to get to it with no pressure applied.
Yeah, it looked like it was just a little bit of miscommunication from Serwin and Berg, but luckily that doesn't result in anything harmful for Bowling Green.
Berg plays it away. Schmelzer underneath of it. Gilmore, who's fresh back into the game, plays it forward. Maya Dean now to Bryn Gardner. Gardner shuffling up that side. And Bowling Green going to make two more changes. Abby Coley and Jaden Frigerio in. Coley did appear in Bowling Green's first contest against Michigan State, another one of the freshmen. New to the program here at Bowling Green. Barron does a nice job defending on the throw-in out of play. Goal kick for Rexford. Megan Smith also back in for Cincinnati. Over it goes. Bearcats will try to work through battle. Gilmore to it first. Ruber. Ruber forward. There's Unkefer. Down to the ground, quickly back to her feet. Elena Unkefer trying to work around Schmelzer, who's called for the foul. Bowling Green goes quickly. Ruber has it on the outside. Lofted in towards the backside. Frigerio on the run. And a goal kick coming just a little bit long there on the delivery from Mackenzie Ruber. Back to battle once again. Cincinnati trying to work through the same thing here. The left side of that formation. Ruber deflects it. It comes back to Barron. Cincinnati has really struggled to string together touches until now, looking to press their way to the other end. Ball goes into the box off a deflection. Berg scoops it up. One hop across midfield. Fiss followed by Bastian. Serwin collects it on the back line. Give to Berg, gonna try to play it long once again for Bowling Green. Fiss again underneath it. Thompson there as well. Bethay and Frigerio there for Bowling Green. Throw in coming for Frigerio right here in front of the press box side of the field. The bleacher seating here at Bowling Green. Frigerio with it across the field. There's Gardner streaking in. Down she goes. Foul gonna be called.
That was a fantastic ball. It was a great opportunity there for the Falcons, and I'm almost surprised the Okar hasn't been shown personally.
Just outside the top of the box. Dieselhoff and Bethay talking through this one. Maya Dean bringing the ball over. 5-person wall for Cincinnati. Referee walks off Cincinnati. Dieselhoff runs by. Dean gonna fire. It goes right into the wall. Barron clears it out into some open space. Gilmore gonna be the first one to it. Gilmore plays it back in. Unkfer on the run down into the box, but Rexford to it first. Rexford with the ball. Out to Bastian. Taken away by Coley. Coley on the outside looking for Gardner. The youngsters for Bowling Green trying to find the first goal of the season and the answering goal here in the contest against Cincinnati. Thompson took it away in that 2-on-1. Frigerio trying to set up Bethay, but outside it went. Nunico was there. Cincinnati keeps it in play. Now it goes across midfield, back to Serwin. Gilmore to Frigerio. Serve right down near the top of the box. Barron 2 touches through the air. Now Bastian just sends it the other way.
Definitely a lot more clean in possession from Bowling Green these last 10 minutes or so. They've definitely have reestablished their dominance in the midfield like they did early in that first half. Just once again, just can't quite find that breakthrough. The best chance probably came off that corner kick that just grazed wide.
Just about 20 minutes in to the second half of play. That'll leave us 25 here to go. Possession battle, short passes. Cincinnati with it. But it comes back to Dysoloff just inside the midfield line. Room to work. Tried to play towards the middle. Went off Thompson, back to the ground. Cincinnati able to flaunt another attack. Frigerio going to come back for the throw in. Gilmore will go to the middle of the field. Throw in goes all the way downfield to Serwin. Played back to Berg. Short up the middle to Gilmore. Gilmore to Coley. And Bowling Green will retreat to the back once again. Dean to Serwin. Now Ruber. Just outside the box. Bethea trying to get around Barron. Sent to the ground, Bowling Green. Jimmy Walker looking for a foul call there. Not going to get one. Trying to plead his case. And you just saw the closing speed of Lacey Bethea. I mean, you talked about it. We talked about it in the first half. Just got around Ashley Barron. Almost got to that ball before it got out of play.
Yeah, you can just see her determination anytime they do not have the ball. Her determination to win that back, and that's what you love to see, your off-the-ball movements. And it looks like he's going to go to talk to the Bowling Green coaching staff.
And it looks like he is going to yellow card a member of the medical staff here at Bowling Green. And indeed, a yellow card issued to one of the team doctors for Bowling Green.
It's not something you see very often, but I mean, the ref heard something he just really didn't appreciate.
I think this is my 28th or 29th game up here in the last 4 years for Bowling Green, and I don't know that I've ever seen that.
See something new every day.
So a yellow card issued away from play on the bench. But Bowling Green going to look to work through that. Unkefer tangled up with Nunico. Out to Bryn Gardner. Back on the ground. There's a shot wide. Just wide, just high. Bryn Gardner has flirted with that first collegiate goal a couple of times, both in the Michigan State game and here today against Cincinnati. And that was another one.
Yeah, that was an excellent strike. Just maybe a little too much curve on that shot. Just curved wide of that far post, and just once again unlucky there for the Falcons, but great attempt there from Brent Gardner.
Rexford plays it away. Frigerio there first. Barron follows it up. Serwin now. Back and forth. We'll see who gains control first. Schmelzer has it for Cincinnati. Virginia Goins outside. Goins trying to get back to it. Serwin closes that off and just plays it out. And that was the alternate official, Marcus Bennett, that the ball collided into there. Barron on the run backwards, along with Nunico. Unkefer and Bethea both right there. So the Bearcats just forced to deflect it out of play. And here comes Lauren Milner. Milner started the season opener against Michigan State. So Bowling Green, it looks like they're going to put more players back now. Is Milner a defender? She'll come in for Frigerio. So Jimmy Walker maybe looking to change things up for Bowling Green just a little bit.
Yeah, there were times defending that they switched back into a 4-back, but now you see attacking, and they're back into that normal 3 center back role. So very interesting to see what Jimmy Walker has to come up with. Looks to make a couple changes as they want to get that equalizer.
Maybe pushing Ruber forward on the other side. as she takes the throw in. Gardner trying to work through traffic with Elena Unkefer. Ruber quick to throw in again. That one went to Maya Dean. Battle goes to the ground. Ruber back on the outside to Dean. They continue to go back and forth, working the ball around. Maya Dean now goes to Gilmore. Gilmore into the middle. There's Coley. Lofts a shot. Knuckled down into the hands of Rexford. So another shot on goal for Bowling Green. Abigail Coley tried to place that one right near the top of the net. And Rexford was just waiting there. Milner to it first out of the air. Unkefer puts it on the ground. Tries to pass to Bryn Gardner. Referee says play on. Ruber to the ball. Allows the defender to over pursue. Ruber goes down. Ref says all ball. Back it goes to Lily Berg. Berg to Serwin. Serwin across. Deiselhoff right there. This was right there as well. Milner back forward. Finds Bethay. Bethay trying to get around Nunico and does. Bethay streaking into the box. Can she get around Barron? Left-footed toward the side. Across they score! Bryn Gardner from Lacey Bethay. Bowling Green on the board. The first goal of the season and the first collegiate goal for Bryn Gardner. What a moment for the freshman.
And what a play by Bethay, Brandon. I mean, that's an incredible individual effort down this sideline. Great turn, able to use her speed. Got all the way down to the byline. Able to beat Barron, able to hold her off just that last second with her left foot, able to place that ball back into the top of the box for a tap in for Bryn Gardner. That was a great play and a great goal for the Falcons. A great goal to start the season. And got 19 minutes left to find another one.
It all started with Lauren Milner, fresh into the game, played forward through Bethay, and Bethay used that speed to get around the outside, and Bryn Gardner finished it off. We're back even at 1. Cincinnati going to try to go right on the attack. DiNardo on the ground. Berg goes down to get it. Berg across midfield. Off the head of Nunico. Out of play, so Bowling Green going to get to go all the way back forward here very quickly. Cincinnati takes it back away. Schmelzer up through the middle, defended by Mayadeen. Schmelzer trying to buy time, allow her teammates to press up. Across the field, trying to find the feet of Megan Smith. Smith indeed bringing it back toward the middle. Cincinnati now the team pushing everything up. That one just over the crossbar. Berg went all the way to the top of her vertical trying to defend there. And that one, it had to be close from this angle. We didn't have the best look at it, but just over the crossbar long.
Yeah, luckily there for Berg. That one just grazed over the bar as it was almost the second time that UC had a shot that just roofed the top of the net in the second half.
Lexi Serwin outside to Ruber. Ashley Barron goes to the ground. Foul going to be called on Kenna White. Free kick coming up here for Cincinnati.
And UC has shown it doesn't matter if it's from midfield or halfway between the top of the box, that any foul in Bowling Green's defensive end, they're going to use as a set piece opportunity. They've been doing it all game, they're going to do it once again.
Taylor Nunico right there. Going to take the free kick. Unkefer comes out a little bit. Nunico lofts it into the box. Milner there deflects it away. Now Deiselhoff continues the clearance. But Cincinnati regathers at midfield. Outside, Nunico goes to Battle. Battle lofts through. Out off of Gardner. And both teams going to make some changes. Ellie Poole going to come in for Bowling Green, as well as Emily Gardner. Emily Gardner, Bryn Gardner's older sister. They're separated by 2 years. And we talked about both Garners and Unkefer playing at Anthony Wayne together. Unkefer trying to run the ball down now. And she wins the ball away into the box for Unkefer. Keeps it in on the ground. Bearcats able to clear it away. It was Lauren Bastian, the fresh legs. Both Unkefer and Barron slow to get up there.
Sorry, was that 29 for 13?
Potentially shin to shin as both players seem to be favoring lower leg. Athletic trainers onto the field for both teams. So we'll get a stoppage here with 16:02 left in a tied contest at 1. And certainly an interesting spot for both players. One of your young freshmen for Bowling Green. And then if you're Cincinnati, your team leader, team captain, Ashley Barron.
Yeah, it definitely was a weird play, a weird collision. Didn't quite see what happened there between the two players, but Bowling Green's found a lot of opportunities once again down that right-hand side of UC, and they're knocking on the door. You know, Maya Dean unleashed that shot top of the box that went out for a corner, but we have a stoppage to check on these two players.
And it looks like Rexford is signaling to the bench that they're going to have to bring somebody else in. So not a good situation here for Cincinnati. Barron is back to her feet, but gingerly, a ginger walk. See if she's able to get back into the contest. Elena Unkefer trotted off to the Bowling Green side under her own power. And there's so many things throughout the course of the game that aren't related to the play of the game that can change the course of the game. We talk about atmosphere, we talk about the bench, you talk about the crowd, something like that happens. Potentially Cincinnati's best player, we'll see if she's able to come back into this game. But Cincinnati's best defender, for sure, one of the best players, a part of the program, going to have to go off at least momentarily. We'll see, like you said, we'll see if she's able to get back into the game. But so many things have the potential to change the landscape of the game.
For sure, especially when you're playing this three-in-the-back formation, the 3-5-2 that UC likes to play. She's the centerpiece in that back three or back five sometimes for Cincinnati. So she plays just such an important role, and we've seen it all evening tonight, how important she is, leadership and on the field. Be hard to replace if she can't continue. It looks like she might not be able to.
Corner for Bowling Green. Ellie Poole tries a shot on the back side. That went wide. Katie Cox is going to come back in for Bowling Green. That'll send to Abigail Coley off. Cincinnati going to make a change as well. Paige Miller back in for the Bearcats. Poole back to it for Bowling Green. A chance now here to continue an attack for the Falcons as Dean plays it forward to Cox. Headed into the box. Rexford will come out to get it. Battle served as a shield there as she's shifted from that left wing back into the middle. Played across midfield. On the outside, played by Miller. Emily Gardner going to get to it first. Now at the feet of Ellie Poole. Poole forward. Bethay out front, going to be called offside. And it looked like Bethay had just a half step out in front. Cincinnati puts the ball back on the ground. Brandy Thompson all the way forward. Miller right there, trying to get around the outside. Milner plays the ball away. Bearcats into the box. Berg comes out to it. A little jump step there. And that one was under heavy pressure.
That's just such a good knowledge of the game there from Lily Berg. It was a really tough one to come out. UC was right there knocking on the doorstep, and she was really good there to come off her line and collect that one as both teams going back and forth here with just under 15 left.
In the middle, Brooke Brown had it momentarily. Now Ellie Poole back through the middle, wanted to go to Katie Cox, just caught up in a little bit of traffic. Maya Dean now the left foot. There's the shot at Rexford, poked over the bar.
And Maya Dean's been flirting for a goal tonight. That's probably her fourth shot from distance tonight. Her second one on goal, and that was a great effort. Good save there by Rexford.
Corner kick coming up for Bowling Green. Dysselhoff not on the field right now, so it'll be Maya Dean instead. Dean sent in right towards the backside of the box. Rexford gets hands on it. It goes the other way. Ellie Poole there first. She's going to look to keep that in the box. Indeed, she will. Back toward the middle, deflected out off of this. And another corner for the Falcons. So indeed, Dysselhoff in the game. My mistake, but electing to go with Maya Dean last time from this side. And now Dysselhoff taking the kick from the far side. Referee right there. Pauses things just momentarily. Dysselhoff going to reset the ball, backing off. In swing, left foot towards the backside, just on top of the net. So the Falcons unable to play that one out of the corner.
Yeah, but
and Ashley Barron going to come back in for Cincinnati. So there's your answer. Quickly back into the game. So Nunico off, Barron back on. Such a physical, such an explosive game where Cincinnati scored first. Bowling Green found the answering goal, and now we're tied once again. Cincinnati looking to break that tie as they play forward through Megan Smith. Dysselhoff and Serwin connect to play it back the other direction. Now Maya Dean. Back to Serwin. Across midfield again, over the head of Barron. Played up into the air. Katie Cox knocks it down. Barron and White battling back and forth. Poole was trying to come back to defend. Milner a nice job to leap up into the air and bring it back to the ground. Gilmore past the Dean. Over to the green space, Emily Gardner. Working forward, Ellie Poole now. Down near the corner, closing in on the ball. She'll keep it in. Gets around one defender, trying to get back to the ball. Taken down, but called for the foul. Schmelzer and Poole went to the ground, and the foul goes against Ellie Poole.
Yeah, Ellie Poole's had a fantastic game. Brandon, all night long, down that right-hand side. She's caused so many problems, and just unfortunate there, just kind of clipped the UC defender.
So Cincinnati with some space to play forward. Battle. Played it up to Gardner. Bowling Green took it back. Maya Dean tripped up by Battle, and that's going to be a foul. So and that's just the physicality that we've had this game, back to back, and just back and forth.
Yeah, both teams were almost in double digits in fouls in that first half, so it's been a very physical second half. between the two sides, and looks like refs can once again have a chat with someone on the Bowling Green bench.
And we'll look over to that side, and it looks like he's going into the pocket indeed. And I think associate head coach Taylor Clark going to be hit with a yellow card as well. So the second yellow card issued to the Bowling Green bench.
I think we've seen more yellow cards from non-field players than we have the Bowling Green staff.
Katie Cox and Josmine Dijsselhoff right around the ball. Katie Cox, light touch, Dijsselhoff on the ground. Cincinnati, nice job to defend. Dijsselhoff gets back to the ball though. Down for Emily Gardner near the corner, offside, the call. It'll go against Bowling Green this time. So the ball will go right back on the outside to Kendall Battle. Maya Dean right there first. White trying to turn around Barron. Back to Brown it goes. White on the run. Rexford able to get it away. But under heavy pressure, it'll force the ball out. A throw in for Bowling Green. Dean back to Dijsselhoff. Now Serwin. Serwin across to Milner as they work the ball from left to right. All the way now to the right flank. Emily Gardner forward. Over the head of Battle. Dean in there. Bethay in there. Rexford out to the ball. It's still loose on the ground. Comes back out to Poole. Rexford back into position. Comes back to the near side. Kenna White. Back toward the middle. Dean cutting through. Out of play. Corner kick coming up for Bowling Green. His last touch by Barron.
What a great sequence that was for Bowling Green, Brandon. They just couldn't find that last-ditch effort to put the ball in the back of the net. But Bethay did really good to keep that one alive once again.
Maya Dean once again to the near side corner. Low and well behind the net there. So just a miss hit from Maya Dean. Ellie Flower comes back in for Cincinnati. She started the game. That'll send Vanessa DiNardo off. And we'll see if Bowling Green can continue to pressure the 3Bs on the back line right now for Cincinnati. Barron, Battle, and Brown. Rexford out towards midfield. Cincinnati able to get it through. Lauren Bastian lofts it over the back line. Berg comes all the way out to get it. Excellent communication there between Lexi Serwin and Lily Berg, as pressure was there in the form of Paige Miller. Right back toward the box. Up in the air. Dijsselhoff underneath it. Taking it outside. And clear down here in front of the stands. Throw in coming here from Brooke Brown. Now Megan Smith in the corner. Dijsselhoff defends away once again. Intensity continuing to ramp up here. 6 minutes on the clock. And of course the collegiate rules changing this year. There will be no overtime. So if it ends 1-1, it'll be how it ends. In the box, Cincinnati a chance. It comes back to Dijsselhoff. She clears it out once again. Cincinnati going to make a change. Likely that would be Vanessa DiNardo coming back in. Indeed it is. So DiNardo quickly off and back in as she comes in for Paige Miller. Upfield throw in for Brown, gets it to Megan Smith. Smith trying to find a teammate, turns back upfield. All by herself, trying to get around Serwin, played toward the middle. Goal kick over the byline down on the end. So Berg putting it on the ground. Under 5 minutes to play.
You can't let DiNardo get into any good spots if you're the Falcons. She can make anything happen with any inch of space.
Contact there between White and Barron sends White to the ground. Gardner got to the ball first. Ellie Poole right there. It's taken away momentarily by Thompson. Dean gets it back for Bowling Green. Nice moves around the 10 of Laura Bastian. Katie Cox trying to thread the needle through traffic, deflected out, but it goes to Lacey Bethea. Bethea's made some major things happen with her speed this game. Out of play on the slide. Corner coming up for Bowling Green. Dyseloff back to the corner.
With just under 4 minutes left, Brandon, this is a really good chance for the Falcons to go ahead.
If you're Bowling Green, you'd love to hold pressure down at this end as long as possible. Dyseloff into the middle. Milner's there. Serwin was there. It comes all the way back to Poole, trying to get through traffic on the ground. Deflected off of Brandy Thompson. It'll be another corner for the Falcons. Dean to the corner once again. A miss hit her last time, looking to rebound here. Delivered into the middle, Rexford bats it away. And a whistle blown.
Very frustrating call through BG, just made a little pushing and shoving going on the box.
So Rexford with a goal kick, time continuing to expire. 2:30 left. Kenna White lining up under the ball. She's the first one to it, knocks it out of the air. Bethea sent reeling to the ground. Brooke Brown has the ball. She'll escort it back outside to the feet of Bastian. Maya Dean in pursuit. Brown across midfield now. Gives it forward to Vanessa DiNardo. Taken back away by Gilmore. The crowd's starting to get into it as well, as we're in the waning moments here of the contest. Poole lofts it into the box. Rexford gonna come out and scoop it up without hesitation. Rexford, a line drive boot. We'll see who can get control of the ball on the ground first. Out off of Thompson. Gardner throws in to Katie Cox. Cox forward, defended away by Battle. Another throw in coming for the Falcons. Gardner sprints up the sideline. Thrown in all the way upfield. Throw in now for Cincinnati. Back and forth. Official going to stop the clock. Felt like Cincinnati was taking too much time. Dean touches it forward. White goes up to get it. Ball on the ground. White in front of it. And the deflection just carries too far out of play. Rexford with the ball. She'll send everybody forward. Not going to play it short and give Bowling Green any opportunity to potentially steal a pass and have an opportunity with 30 seconds left. She's going to make them work for it. Played out. White with the first touch. In the air. Gilmore to it now. Throw in for Bowling Green. Gilmore upfield. Katie Cox back to Mayadine. On the outside. Throw in Cincinnati. 15 seconds on the clock. Thrown into the middle. Gardner trying to get it back for Bowling Green. Cincinnati plays it away. Bastion all the way forward. Megan Smith going to have a chance, but Milner shuts the door.
Great defending there at Milner.
So we will end in a 1-1 draw. So Cincinnati scores first off the foot of Vanessa DiNardo, and Bowling Green found the answer in the second half as Lacey Bethay connected with Bryn Gardner. For Bryn Gardner, certainly a game to remember, her first collegiate goal, and it comes at home at Cochrane Stadium, a special moment for her.
Yeah, overall, very competitive, very physical game. Both these teams had times in the game where they dominated and controlled the game, but Bowling Green should be really proud of the way they played today. It was a great team effort. And yeah, good way to bounce back after that 2-0 loss against Michigan State, and they look to build on from here.
So next up for Cincinnati, they'll travel back home to take on Murray State and Stony Brook. And for Bowling Green, they've got a big road trip coming up. Nationally ranked Tennessee in Knoxville is the next opponent for the Bowling Green Falcons before they come back home September 4th to take on Detroit Mercy. And it's going to be interesting that night. You'll have Kenna White for the Bowling Green Falcons against younger sister Bryn White for the Detroit Mercy Titans. So stay tuned. Keep watching Bowling Green Falcons soccer. Tennessee coming up for the Falcons. And then, like we said, back home for Detroit Mercy. A 1-1 draw is how we end this one. This is Brandon Lowe saying so long and thanks for watching.